Alright, sorry about the audio in round 1. It was really cold, and I noticed that my heater was on. So now, the heater's off. Hopefully the audio is better, and I'll just freeze, I guess. But that's fine, you know. All for you guys. So here for round 2, and hand is certainly pretty reasonable. They snap caps, so should be interesting. These types of spots, not really sure what I'm looking for with the temple, so I think I'm probably going to lead with monastery unless whatever he plays on turn 1 gives me a huge clue. But I'm not really anticipating that happening, so we'll probably lead with monastery. I made this guy wait, so now he's making me wait, which is fair. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Alright, so a minute later, finally made a play. It's with teeth. Pretty sure I know what that means. But again, no clue really what I want. Like if I see a lightning strike, is that going to be good? Maybe. Depends on what he plays. If he has a lion, probably. If not, probably not. So, well, that is lion. And I think I'm just going to get Seeker out here and do a little racing. The old Seeker Magma Jet combo against Courser is pretty nice. And then I'm pretty well set up as long as he doesn't play another lion. Or Anafenza, I guess. Would be kind of a beating, but... So now I'm kind of expecting an Abzan Charm, which I think I'm okay with. If he charms, whatever, that means he's not drawing 2 cards. And my 2/2 is not going to do much, and if this actually connects, then that's pretty good for me. So yeah, and that's cool too. I appreciate him doing that before I scry. Makes things a little bit easier. So I definitely want that lightning strike. Not too concerned with this Rabble Master. I feel like that card is not very good here. He's almost certainly going to have some sort of follow-up, so... oh, excuse me. And I want the card on top, so I'm not going to play Temple, of course. Well, I'm glad he's not Rhinoing me this turn. It's good. Kind of falling a little bit behind with all these ETB tap lands. So now I can go for Strike, and if he has another Abzan Charm, I get kind of blown out. I guess I should wait till his upkeep to do that then. I don't think there's like a 4-mana card that blows me out. God's Willing is okay. Mantis Rider is certainly nice. This might actually be good. Lets me use all my mana next turn, and then I can scry into a 5th land for Sarkhan. So we'll set this upkeep stop, or try to, rather. Alright, I think we did it. Yeah, so winning with this deck once it gets behind is kind of tough. You know, like if I got Rhino'd that turn, I have no idea how I'd be winning. Thankfully, it's actually difficult to curve like Lion Charm into Rhino, but yeah, here we go. Now I'm at 11. This is not a lot of life points. Mantis Rider, you have some work to do. I didn't even play a 5th land, so 4 spells. I'm not sure if that's better or worse for me. It means that might be kind of choked on mana, might only be able to play 1 spell a turn, which would certainly help my cause. Take this upkeep stop off now. So down to 7. Carry it's it. I'm fine with that. So didn't get a whole lot of use out of that God's Willing. This could certainly be a Bile Blight, though. It seems kind of strange that they would have 4 mana and not actually play a relevant spell. So I feel like this is going to get Bile Blighted. That doesn't really change my play at all. I could certainly use God's Willing to protect Mantis Rider. And then on his turn, charm the Rhino so he can't get 2 Wingmate Rocks. Might be good, actually. Just kind of worried about falling even more behind, and I think this way I might actually have a chance to stabilize. I'm certainly worried about this Rhino coming back down and like dealing me 3 damage, but I think I'm a little bit ahead now. I'm kind of surprised I didn't get Bile Blighted. Kind of actually a little unhappy about that too. Okay, so there's a Courser. That's not a big deal. I have the Mantis Rider to block and everything, and we know that there's a Rhino on top. So now I have the option of playing Sarkin. Well, I guess I could just play Hushwing Griff too and like stop that Rhino. So if I hit him for 3, he's at 10. He plays Rhino. I play Griff, and then I can attack him for 9, which is not 10. Unfortunately, whereas if I play Sarkin, that's 7, goes to 6, goes back up to 9, and then I can attack him and charm him, so yeah. If Mantis Rider gets Bile Blighted, that sucks. That is my whole game right there, and man, it just keeps tapping like that too. Just keeps repping it. Ugh. Alternatively, if I attack with Rider, put him to 10, he plays Rhino, I play Griff, I can put him to 5, and then I still have God's Willing and Jeskai Charm open. That might be better. And then I'm like giving him a turn, but he's still kind of mana screwed. If he gains a life off Courser, he'd be at 6, but that's still fine. It doesn't change anything. So yeah, I'm just going to attack for 3 and keep open this Griff. Alright. So actually going for the Bile Blight now. Good. So I think this works out. Get to Scry. Rabblemaster is not doing anything. This board is basically locked up, and the game's going to end in a couple turns anyway. I basically just want a 2-mana burn spell. And he took another point, so that's good. So down to 9. No land on top. Oh, jeez. What happens if I get charmed? What happens if I get charmed? I guess I just Jeskai charm that thing then. Yeah. Because if he charms, then it means, okay, oh, he's rocking me. Ah! Kind of played around rock earlier, and then I just didn't now. So I don't think I could have. I could have went with the Sarkin line. That might have changed things. But now I have Griff in play, and I can just run Sarkin out here, eat the rock. I think that's all I can do. Yeah, that's it. So if he didn't have rock, then I could hit him for 5 and then charm him, and that was game, since he took a damage from the Bile Blight. Alright. Alright, things are swinging back in our favor. God's Willing was nice. It was really good. I'm glad I kept it open. Hushwing Griff also doing some work that Brimaz would not be doing. So far, it's 1-1 as far as Griff versus Brimaz. So Banishing Light comes down. Probably has to deal with that Sarkin, and then probably needs another Bile Blight. Oh, I guess, yeah, he can just take this out and then attack the Sarkin. So that's not a big deal. Forgot Sarkin was at 1. I really don't think they have anything to stop this, so. Bang! Yes! That game was sweet. That was a good game. Kind of crazy how I managed to kind of turn that around. That worked out well. Alright, so Fields in, God's Willing in. I'm not sure if I'm going to snap pull the trigger on this erase just because I saw one Banishing Light. I'm still kind of scared that these Chandras don't really do anything. And this is the spot that I was talking about where I really don't know how to sideboard. Because I want the God's Willings to protect my creatures, but I'm on the draw. So that seems kind of rough. I'm not sure how good Seeker is here. It seems good. And then Rabblemaster 2, especially since I have God's Willing. So I think it's just like Stokes and Jets are coming out. Those seem like the slowest and worst cards. And then we have another slot. I could also bring in this Dig. It just depends on... Just all depends on how much late game stuff I actually want here. I think the Elspeth is a lock, just because it's so good at killing his 4-power things. Basically just Rhino, and then making tokens to block everything else. The one problem there is certainly Wingmate Rock. It does a good job of getting under Elspeth. But I think for the most part, Elspeth is really good against this deck. I'm probably not going to have time for this Dig. So we'll get that out of there. And then... Do I cut like one Seeker, one Rabblemaster? Like one of either or? I'm on the draw. I have the same amount of spells, it looks like. So Seeker's still fine. I feel like Rabblemaster's higher impact, but it's pretty weak on the draw. You guys might be able to hear that in the background. I have 3 cats, and they're just going bananas. Alright, we're going to cut a Rabblemaster. We'll see how this works out. I'm all about boarding in the 4th Rabblemaster back in when I'm on the play, though. That seemed like a good idea. Alright, so we have 2 tap lands, but a ton of removal. I don't have a way to really stop his Rhino. So if he goes like Caryatid into Rhino or something, that's probably going to be an issue. I'm going to start the game at a pretty low life total. He's going to be pretty high. Like, obviously, I have the Fields to deal with it. He might board in some enchantment removal, expecting this or Banishing Light. A lot of the decks had these. So now, I definitely want to scry into a land. But I'm not sure if I play Seeker on 2. Yeah, I would play Seeker on 2 if I hit an untapped land. So yeah, we're just going to go for it. We're going to try and scry, hit an untapped land. There it is. So we'll just keep that. Yeah, I think it's when I have 3 2-drops. I can play Seeker pretty well, I think. So we'll do that. Get that guy out there. Try and clear a path, get in some damage. That's basically our game plan. Caryatid is fine. Don't really mind that. He basically can't block, so... I don't... Maybe I should use the Lightning Strike here. So 2 tap lands, not a 3rd land. Could have a Lion. That's fine. I want my damage, I want my life gain. I don't want him to play a Rhino, and then me just not doing anything that turn with my mana. So we're just going to strike now. That might be a bad decision. We shall see. So 14 to 23, I'm slightly ahead, especially since he's mana screwed. Fourth land comes out, or fourth mana, third land comes off the top. So might be Rhino country, but again, with these two suspension fields, I feel like I'm still doing all right. Going to be able to clear a path. He's probably not going to be able to attack me with anything to get the raid on Wingmate Rock, so that's good. Very much keeping the initiative here. Acting like a tempo deck, actually, in both last game and this game. So maybe the Jeskai tempo moniker is fairly alive. So that hit basically negates the Siege Rhino's ETB, so you know, he's still kind of at parity. Ideally, I think I would like him to play another Rhino or some big creature. I can draw an untapped land and then play like Field Rabblemaster and then start dropping Sarkins and either fly over with them or kill his other stuff. So he's got Brimaz. I didn't draw an untapped land, but I drew a 2-drop, so that's certainly not the worst either. And then if something really horrible happens, like a race, oh man, that's going to suck. That is going to be bad, but I'm not going to play around that. That's just kind of silly. I'm surprised they did not play a 4-drop. So I would not have been surprised if he had an erase also, but thankfully that does not appear to be the case. Now, 10 to 26, I'm very much ahead, and I think these Sarkins, if I draw land in time, should be able to close this game out, but we'll see. Alright, so there's another Rhino. Okay, so maybe the Caryatid was just trying to be on blocking duty that turn. That might have been what it was. But that's just kind of weird, because it's like, he's worried about me fielding his Rhino and attacking him, right? So instead he plays a Brimaz, and then my field triggers my Seeker, so I just get to attack him anyway. So I feel like maybe you should have Rhino last turn, especially since I didn't have Griff mana open. That might have been better. Anyway, we're going to take things to the skies now. Get in there with Mantis Rider down to 10. And we'll see what happens. I mean, 4 cards. This could certainly be a Wingmate Rock. Might have been. I drew like 1 too many creatures. What I really needed was another thing to just like keep that Rhino out of there. And this looks like a rock. Alright. This is going to be trouble. This is a problem. So there's Elspeth. That also does not do it. Yeah, this is big trouble right here. So I could have made some sort of bluff attack there, like representing Jeskai Charm for the +1/+1. That block is strange. I don't know why you wouldn't just eat that token there. That can actually make like Rabblemaster and Jeskai Charm a little dangerous. But yeah, I could have made some sort of bluff attack there, right? But it's like he basically has to block. Maybe he only blocks the Mantis Rider, and if I have Jeskai Charm, whatever. I feel like it is probably best for him to hedge. Maybe it's like Rock on 1 and Caryatid on 1, so then I get in 2 points of damage. So I might have missed 2 points of damage there. So now what am I doing? I'm taking 10 down to 8. I feel like if I block, I don't know how I win, especially if he has a removal spell. So I can certainly triple up on the Rhino, right? But I lose my entire board to a bunch of different things. Whereas this way, if somehow he does not have another rock, or at the very least, even if I draw a spell, then I can gain some life and like maybe still be in this. But I feel like another rock is coming. And I'm not sure I could have prevented this or not. I don't think I could have. I think I needed to draw the 5th land for Sarkhan to eat the Brimaz and keep the field. That's probably what needed to happen. Yeah, now I'm just in a world of trouble. I see now why you played 4 suspension fields. And knowing that if I keep that sideboard plan, if I'm not trying to end hostilities people, I will probably keep the fields and I'll probably keep 4. So I was talking in the deck tech about maybe trying to get a 3rd Magma Spray in there, but that might happen, but just not at the cost of a field. So Banishing Light, that's probably going to free up his Rhino. And I am just dead. Okay, well there's the charm. So maybe not dead, but fairly dead. And this makes me kind of glad that I didn't make this bluff attack that like he couldn't really play around last turn anyway. So I think we just come with everyone. So he's going to attack me for 16 next turn. I'm gaining like 20 life, so I don't really mind that. Yeah, I felt like this Rhino might have had to stay back. Alright, so you take 12, kill your Courser. I think that's the best way to do things. I think I need all this life gain. I guess I didn't really investigate other possibilities like putting one of his things on top, but it's fine. It's not fine. Probably losing. But we have a shot now at least. Could do something crazy like just draw a bunch of charms in a row. Yes, you take 12. No, how much do you take? Oh, and then the other 2. So, yeah, you took a lot of damage. I'm at 25. So now who's going to bring it? Are all these rocks coming again, or do you have to stay home yet? Come on, come on, come on. Untap Lander, Jeskai Charm. I think those are my best cards. Wow, everyone's coming again. Okay. So that's 14. Sure. Take it. Take it all. So now 9 to 11. And what's the follow-up here? This is a sweet game. These games are all sweet. Thoughtseize, great. You're down to 7. All my cards suck. By all means. Alright, there's a flooded... What is going on here? Alright, so you're dead on board. So you have to have like a Bile Blight or something. Bile Blight doesn't actually get him out of this, though. P.S. Thanks for the Urborg. Appreciate it. Not that I think it matters. I don't know what's going on. Is something weird going to happen? Am I going to get fogged? Is there a fog? Is there a playable fog? I'm sure there are fogs that exist. Everyone. What's happening? You only have one card. It has to be really good. And that's it. Okay, wow. Man, that game was crazy. That Jeskai Charm was just... Mwah. I'm so glad I did not make that attack, because he had the 2 rocks, I had these 3, And if I attack, it's like, okay, I probably have a charm. His best way to do that is probably to block on 1. But if he decides that he can't beat charm anyway, and he just goes block, block, I just lose on the spot. So I am very glad that the game played out that way, and I did not make that attack. I should be more aware of stuff like that, though, so when I get into situations where I have to sell charm in that spot, I'm able to just realize that that's what I'm doing or what I have to do, and then just do it immediately, because then me thinking forever and then finally attacking, it's like, okay, maybe I could have charm because charm has a bunch of modes, and maybe I have to think about that or whatever, but it's like, I can attack all my 4/4s into your 3/4s, like I'm probably going to do that, you know, so I probably could have either played this better and tried to sell that, gotten in some extra damage, or at the very least been aware of the fact that that is a thing that I should be doing. So, yeah. Pretty sweet games, though. Both games I thought I was going to lose for sure, so I don't know. Maybe this deck's insane. We'll keep going. So far, so good. 2-0. It's probably one of the best records I've had in these videos, so hopefully, you know, that doesn't jinx me or whatever, but